Hi everyone, my name's Ellie and I'm coming to you from Devon in the southwest of England, and this is the Curio Stitches podcast, or vlogcast, vlog, however we label it these days, video for you this time. As I said in the little video I popped in yesterday, it's been a while since I recorded. Today is just sort of getting back into it and not very long. But yeah, so this is mostly a knitting channel, and then occasionally there'll be some spinning and crochet and sewing and cross stitch, all the other yarny sort of goodness. But today I've primarily come on to say that since I recorded last, there have been 2 patterns published. There's the Lottie pullover, which I'll insert some pictures sort of here and here. And that was lovely test knit by some friends of mine. So Shy did a beautiful version, which is this one. Michelle did this one. And I absolutely love them. Oh, and I'll put in a picture of mine as well. So that one is the Lottie pullover, and that is up on curiostitches.com, which is here at the bottom of the screen, but it is also on Ravelry. If you want to be able to save your PDF to the library there, that's why it's on Ravelry, purely for that, because I know that not everyone has the ability to download and print or whatever their pattern within the 28 days allowed on the shop. If you do purchase it via my website and you lose it, as long as I can see that it's you and it's the same email, I'm quite happy to send out the pattern again so you can re-download it. That's perfectly fine. And the other pattern that came out in my sort of YouTube hiatus was my rune sweater, which is part of the casting collection. So this is the shadow work sweater, and my test knitters had an absolute blast on this one. So I had 10 test knitters for this one, and yeah, they all did an absolute cracking job. So again, I'll put in a few sort of pictures so you can have a look at these ones. They both go from a 30-inch to a 70-inch finished bust. The rune casting collection, the next part is on my needles now, and that one will be out hopefully by the end of August, but I'm going to say the end of September, just because I need to give my testers time to actually knit the socks. So yeah, the way I designed the rune collection was I had to chart out all the runes and make sure they all fit into all the maths on the whole collection, which was fun. And yeah, so there are lots of details in the pattern. It's been checked and it is easy to follow. Just follow it and you'll be a-okay. So yeah, the idea is that you draw your runes, and what I did was on the last page of the pattern I painted out a sheet of runes, and you cut them out and you fold them up and you draw them however many you need for the pattern, and the order that you draw your runes is the order that they appear in your pattern. So there will be hundreds of different combinations. I highly doubt anyone's will be the same, which is what makes it so individual a pattern, and the best thing that my test knitters loved about this pattern. And oh, I love it. I'm not wearing mine now because it is still 28 degrees here. It's overcast today, which is such a relief. But we've hit sort of 35, 36 degrees here, Celsius. And it's just too hot too hot to wear knitwear at the moment. As soon as the weather dips down sort of 22 degrees and below, I will gladly put on a jumper for you, or a sweater, or whatever you want to call it. But right now, no. I want to stay cool. Yeah, so I thoroughly loved that piece. And then I have the socks coming, which I think it's the Gerard Harvest. Just because the Gerard is a 4 rune spread. And then I also have the Corvus Corax jumper coming, which is the Raven one. So yes, I know, Gabby, you're waiting for that one desperately. The pattern is with my test knitters now. They've got all the charts and things like that. And it's a raven skeleton, basically, and it's so cool. It took me so many hours to do it all. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm proud of that pattern. There was a lot of blood and sweat and tears, and yeah, highly worth it. So yeah, I can't wait to sort of show you little snips of that as it's coming along. But that one won't be out until sort of middle of October, pending how quickly my test knitters finish it, because I know that one of them's only just getting the pattern today. They've got the chart, but they need the pattern. But apart from the colour work itself, it is a relatively quick knit, which is great. So let's see what else has been going on. I have a new journal for my show notes for this season, because I'm classing this as season 2, because I had a long break, so now I've come back. So I'm on season 2 of Curio Stitches. So yeah, it's all go. It's all exciting. I have 5 patterns I want to release before Christmas. 3 of which are completely done. I just need to put the finishing touches to editing the actual pattern and taking some decent photos. Because I have been knitting, even though I've not been on camera. I've not been knitting a lot, but I've been knitting enough to stay sane-ish. Yeah. So I was going to be recording on this camera today, and I thought, no, I've got good light sat just here this way round, so I'll just sit in the window and record this way. So you have to excuse, I have no makeup on at the moment, purely because a week ago, having dinner, it's 8 days now, 9 days, something like that, I sat down to eat dinner, and then a wasp came in the kitchen. And I'm allergic to wasps, so my main priority was not get stung. Don't get stung. So I went to stand up, and it came at me as I was standing up, and I ducked, and I whacked my head on the edge of the table, and it just, you know, I split my eye, and all this was sort of purple and yellow and blue, but it's almost gone. But this is all glued because it was so long between getting to the hospital and then actually seeing the doctor that it was about 14 hours, so it's glued. Yeah, waiting times at the moment in hospital are shocking. It was 3.5 hours to do the triage, and then 7.5 hours to see the doctor after being triaged. And no, not fun. But that's the NHS for you at the moment, you know. 11.5 hours, 12 hours wait. But yeah. And then the very next day, I banged my head on a bus handlebar pole thing, and I was just like, no, I'm done, I'm going home. So yeah, it's been a very foggy few days. I did have a little bit of concussion, very easily confused, which was almost amusing. But yeah, mostly it was just the tiredness from it all. Thankfully, although I did lose quite a bit of blood, it wasn't severe. I didn't cut a vein or anything else, but it's deep. It came down to here inside, and it's yeah. Abby took a photo, and it's like, well, don't show me that ever again. But yeah, So other life stuff. I've been going out a lot to the beach. I'm not a sun worshipper, not at all. We just enjoy being in the water and exploring. And yeah, it's the summer holidays here in the UK for schools and things. So it's meant that I've got to spend some more time with my daughter. Yeah. So this is mostly just a little sort of catch-up video. When I record again next week, or maybe at the end of this week, probably the end of this week, I will have everything here ready to go. So it's this yarn with this bit, and like I used to do. But yeah, things are good. I have missed you all ever so much, and I can't wait to be back on here every week, you know, catching up and showing you everything and having a good bit of community spirit going on again. So yeah, if you've got any questions or anything like that at the moment, drop them in the comments or even DM me on Instagram. I'm at Curio_stitches. Also on TikTok at Curio Stitches. So yeah, if you want to chat, etc., either here, either of those places, yeah, let's get this community going again. So, until next time, big woolly hugs to you all. Take care for now. Bye.